Hello, everyone. This is the East Coast Economic Update for March the 17th, 2015. Here's some things that I would like you to keep an eye out for and, keep your minds clear on this. First, there's been an unusual circumstance of Walmart stores suddenly closing, all for plumbing issues. I have all these articles that I'm going to talk about are going to be hyperlinked to this video. It's interesting to note that most of the large national corporations, particularly Walmart, which at one point in 2009, 2010, had actually the GDP equivalent of the country of Canada. This company has slowly been moving a lot of its assets because it's a privately held corporation. It's a two-tier corporation where it's an internal family-owned business. But what has been going on has been a slow draw out of income, usually around the same time when the dollar started to rise and the oil prices started to drop. We can't tell for sure where all this money is going because it's a privately held corporation. But please watch closely. They're using, meaning Walmart and their shareholders, are using this force to give minimum wages, increase minimum wage, to its employees as an excuse to quietly shuttering their stores. Keep an eye out. If they go into a Chapter 13 situation, that means that the monies that they have made over these many decades through the Walton family fortune will have been moved off country. That is a major consideration to keep an eye out, considering also, linked here, that the bond suddenly dropped, meaning that the cost of bonds are increasing, forcing interest rates to go up. Now, even though the Federal Reserve is waiting patiently to raise interest rates, as historically seen back in 2008, when the interest rates were consistently low and Ben Bernanke became Fed chairman right around the time when the housing collapse began. So he started to raise interest rates between August and September, and the collapse happened at the same time. The assumption is, my assumption of course, is that Bernanke saw what was happening and tried to quietly stop the problem. But by that time, the tsunami had already crashed onto the shores of the United States, started sweeping across the entire country. I think that the Walmart Corporation and similar companies have moved their monies off-site. I think that the reason is because I think everything is set up perfectly for a credit collapse. Not the kind where housing is concerned, where you can see that people can't buy homes. That was kind of obvious. But the more underlying effect of school loans, car loans, and the like. Anyone who has watched the movie IOU USA, which is a great documentary, by the way, if you haven't seen it, try to find it, download it. Peter Schiff had pointed out very clearly that the second, more horrible bubble, and this was back in 2007 when he was interviewed for this documentary, before the big collapse occurred actually, he said that the second one would be all the credit that we have stored in our drawers, meaning credit cards and so forth. That would be the next big bubble. He assumed, and I agreed with him at the time, that this would happen secondarily, that they would shrink the credit even faster because they'd want to shut off all those credit cards. But the truth of the matter is, by that extension of that monies that we gave, over $700 billion, almost $1 trillion, and some people guess even more, with the Federal Reserve window being as such, that extended it to the 8-9 years that we're here presently. So be aware that this prediction that Peter Schiff predicted back in 2007 is actually coming to fruition today. But because it's on digital and no one can see that nobody's paying their school loans, or they're having difficulty paying their school loans, because we have an entire generation that's after this collapse that has graduated, a multitude actually, an entire generation has graduated from college and has been working for at least 2 to 6 years part-time, and trying to pay off their school loans. So you have a highly educated, underpaid workforce. And now this is the second tier that Peter Schiff may have been suggesting. So watch carefully, pay attention to what's going on, because as May moves into June and June into July, we're going to start to see very interesting things occur in the next 6 months, especially if you see Walmart go into Chapter 11 or Chapter 13. If that's the case, hold on to your hats. So until next time, peace, keep your eyes to the skies, and I'll try to make more videos as time allots, and also videos about what's happening at the Bear Bow. Until next time, peace.